of it, so it's mostly black and gray. This will be hey there, it's the head shop gal in charge, Imani K. Brown, here with 5 tips for tattoo artists. Now, let me just go ahead and dig in and say that these tips are great regardless of what level you're in. So you could be a hopeful, you could be an actual beginner tattoo artist, you can be a pro tattoo artist, you could be an industry influencer. These things are actually going to jam. Next, I want you to know that you should actually take a look at my blog, shopgal.club, also found at ipukekawaii.com, to deep dive into these 5 things, because I'm just going to speed through them right quick. So here we go. The first one, you want to make sure you groom your mindset. That's going to be key to a long life in tattoo. Hello, Kawaii Creative. I hope you are well out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from. I hope you are having an amazing, amazing day. So today we're talking about mindset, because our entrepreneurship actually requires a particular mindset. Of course, we have a creative mindset that happens for the artist part or the creativity part of life, but what does it look like to have an entrepreneurship mindset? And then when you mash them together for art and entrepreneurship, like what the fuck does that really look like, right? So today we're actually talking about the mindset around art entrepreneurship and what that looks like. So I want you to take a journey with me and actually think about art entrepreneurship as like your spouse, your lover, your partner. It is the intangible person that you go to sleep with and you wake up to every day, every night, day in, day out, right? And if you remember me talking about your 6 steps to making your dreams a reality, remember one of the things that you have to do is say yes or no to your dreams. And I call that your engagement. So that's literally like when it's like, you know, the universe is like, I won't put a ring on it, boo. And you have to say yes or no, right? So our entrepreneurship is literally like your partner. So right now it's like your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You're trying to actually decide whether you want to say yes, whether you want to take the step, whether you want to jump the broom, all that good shit, right? And that's going to come with mindset. So with that, we're going to write a love letter to our future self so we can actually shift this mindset. So if art entrepreneurship is something you want to get into, you want to make more sales, you want more visibility, you want to build a scalable art brand, you want to be able to have people actually know, trust, and like your art, whether it's illustration, tattoo, manga, whatever the case may be, you are going to want to write a letter to your future self. Why? Because our entrepreneurship is that relationship with you, with yourself. It is literally an ongoing personal development journey, and it's a space where you get to rediscover yourself all the time. So it's not anything where you have to look outside of yourself. You don't have to get an okay from anybody else. Nobody really gives a shit. This is you with yourself. So this is literally you, developing a deeper connection with yourself, so that way you are not negating yourself as an art entrepreneur, as a human within this space, right? So we're going to write a love letter to ourselves. Very excited about this. So first of all, we're going to talk about ways to build relationships with yourself. Most important reason that our entrepreneurship, the most important reason to entrepreneur rather, is to build a relationship with yourself. Like I said, it is ongoing personal development, and you get to actually shape yourself into that person that you needed to be at some point in your life, right? For me, I needed a particular adult, a particular person in my life to say that I could do it. A person who would be living their best creative life unapologetically in my life at 15. Unfortunately, I lost that person at 15. So from 15 on, the one adult model that I could trust to kind of bash the idea of hypocrisy of adulthood, to actually unapologetically live their creative life and be like a living roadmap for me, he died. He passed away of AIDS at 15, and that would be my best friend and my oldest brother. Scotty. So after that, I didn't have the blueprint for living my best creative life, chasing my dreams, being like in this cute pink wonderland come what may, and actually chasing my dreams. I had to dedicate to actually doing that shit for myself on my own, which means I needed to develop a relationship with myself to be able to do it. So that's the one thing that we're answering here, is literally just developing a relationship with yourself, right? So what does your future self need from you more than anything else? It's going to be two things. And you want to think about this as, a person, right? So if you thought about you talking to you, what are the two things that you're going to need? You're going to need attention and appreciation. At some point you did not get attention. At some point you did not get appreciation for your creative dreams. And you're sitting here trying to figure out how the fuck to bring them together, if people are going to actually buy into them, if people are going to enjoy them, all of those horrible, well, not horrible, but deep questions that, are anxiety inducing, simply because we haven't taken the time to give ourselves that attention and that appreciation. So we're going to start there. And the easiest ways to do it are going to be these 3 prompts. I want you to try and write them down. Try and take some time to do them with yourself, so that way, if you're actually thinking about, any type of creative journey, it doesn't have to be monetized, but anything that is your creative dream and it seems scary, start here. Start with you. So here are the 3 prompts, right? To give yourself that appreciation and that attention. The first thing, and this is all comprised to create your love letter, by the way. So don't forget that you are literally using these things as a way to write a love letter to yourself. So first prompt, think about your creative space and thoughts about it that make you really, really happy. Write those things down. I love being in my creative space because, or not because, but these are the things that make me happy in my creative space. I get to be my most freest. I get to be super self-expression, and I get to take up more space. I get to see me. Whatever those things are, make sure you write down those things that make you truly, truly happy about being in your creative space. The second prompt is going to be, what do you love about creativity that it allows you to do? Again, some of my prompts are going, or some of my responses will overlap, but it allows me to explore what my happiest self is. That's probably the only time that I'm truly happy, is when I'm, really, really introverted and really, really just nerding out over what it is, whatever it is that I'm creating, whether it's a brand that I'm creating, whether I'm creating for a tattoo to create with a tattoo customer, whether it's my own personal art and I don't know what I'm going to do with it next. I just know that I need to get it out. In that moment of creating, I get to explore me. I get to have a conversation with myself, even if I'm not talking out loud, where I'm getting to explore my most happiest, my most content self. And I can hold on to that feeling, so I know what I want to actually create for myself. So take time to actually think about what it is that being in this creative space allows you to do, and write those things down. It doesn't have to be one thing. It could be 20, but see yourself. Last but not least, write a I love you, but not just I love you. I love you because I love my creative experience, or I love being able to do things creatively and being in that space because it allows me to support myself. It allows me to face financial trauma 10 toes down. It allows me to show up and become the adult that I needed when I was 15. So, cheers to what you want to do to be able to share your most creative self and your art with the world. Remember to stop, have a conversation with yourself. Talking to yourself and answering does not mean you're crazy. So fuck it, do what you need to do. And remember that your relationship with yourself is going to be the most important along this journey. That is the most important thing in mindset and entrepreneurship, is being able to give yourself that attention and that appreciation. remember to love on your journey. Remember that it's there to support you. Remember all of the things that you love about it so that you can hold on to it come what may. Remember, this is a marriage that you're going into. So it's for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till death do us part. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Johnny.